What's up guys, Steve Whiskey here. I am no professional, but I will attempt to teach you how to create a height map with Blender 2.8. So, we're going to delete everything in the scene, which I've already done. And now I'm going to go to Mesh, so Shift A, Mesh, and then I'm going to create a plane. Once I've created a plane, I will be going down to the bottom left down here, changing the size to 60 meters. Then I'm going to add a modifier, subdivision surface, simple. Max out both values, click apply. I'm going to do the same again, but this time I'm going to set the value to 3. But I'm not going to click apply. What I'm now going to do now, just going to repeat myself with the same word. So I'm going to go down to, what is it? Render. I'm going to change the render engine to cycles, and the device to GPU compute. Don't worry about any of these settings, it's not going to make much of a difference. But all you need to do now is go down to Material, create new material, and go to the top here where you get these 2 arrows, and then split the area in half. Go over to the far left where you see editor type, this little thing next to the object menu, mode. Change that to shader editor. Right, so we're not going to be disconnecting this because we will be using this. But what we shall be doing is changing this viewport to render. You might have to scroll your mouse wheel to reach it. So yours should look like this. I am going to bring that down to make it a bit quicker. There you go. Perfect, that'll do. So now that I've got this in the window, I'm going to go to Shift A. Now I'm going to create a texture coordinate, wherever that's just gone. There it is. Then I'm going to create a map from vector, so vector mapping. Drag the generated to the vector. And then I'm going to create a noise using texture, noise texture. Then connect the vector of that to the vector on there. Scale 2.5, detail 16. Now I'm going to create a color ramp. So I'm just going to do Shift A again for all of these, by the way. I'm just going to press S to access the search, and I'm just going to do color ramp. Drag color to the factor. Make sure you got the black selected, and then put 0.5 because this will be your height. 0.5 I use because it seems to be the best sort of area for the lower height. And then we'll be adding a Fresnel node, and I'm going to connect that to the base color. I am also going to be creating a, a displacement modifier. I'm going to connect the color to the height and the displacement to the displacement. I'm going to select all this, drag it back a bit. And I'm going to grab the displacement into the normal. If you do not have this into the normal, you will not be able to create the height map. But now I'm in here, I will be, you don't have to have all these values set to 0, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect it at all. But now we're going to go to converter, then map. This just allows you to create brighter areas for slightly higher maps. Brings out a bit more detail, makes the map slightly more visible and Gives you a bit more height on the map. But once we've got all this, we now need to go over to, where is it? This one here. So your materials tab again. You need to go to, scroll down to where it says displacement. If it doesn't say that, you will need to go to surface. But once you come down to displacement, you need to go to settings. Sorry. Yep, ignore that one. This is fine. Just you can adjust that through this, or you can adjust the heights and whatever through this. But you need to make displacement to displacement only. And just for visibility's sake, just drag that Fresnel node, the factor, straight to the surface. Just allows you to see like bits of detail and whatever. But set your midpoint on the displacement to 0, and the scale, bring that up to around about 5. Could go higher if you wanted to, so maybe say about 7. Let's try 10 actually. Yeah, 10 looks alright. But now you have yourself a basic map which you can adjust with this. So I'm going to create that as 0.1 because it just allows, well, just the way I am, just because I can. But these 3 settings here will be the ones that you muck about with. If you wanted to, you could rotate it. It's not going to make much of a difference. If you move that, you can get all sorts of different segments of noise. Near enough unlimited. I don't even know how many values you could have in there. But this is the simplest way that I could find to set it up. Because if I did not have the displacement into the normal, and when I drag the BSDF into surface, you wouldn't get this. Okay, so we have nothing, and now we have our height map. And all you need to do then is create yourself, or make sure the camera's centered, sorry. Press Shift A whilst you're on this viewport. Create yourself a camera. That might be easier doing it like this, so I'm going to delete the camera again actually. Recreate it. There we go. So if you press the number pad 7, you will be top-down view. Or so like if you're on a laptop or something, you could just press this. Or if you don't have a number pad, just press or click on the bright blue Z, and it will just put you into this view. But what I also need to do is change the height to 60 on the camera. So once you've got the height of the camera set, right click on your height map again, go to Object, make sure it's Shade Smooth, because otherwise you could end up with very jagged edges, which I've had problems with quite a few times in the past with this when I was in testing. So select your camera, go back to your camera, sorry, go to where it says lens, so if it's not already selected, you need to come down to this one here, the little green camera. You need to change perspective on the lens type to orthographic, change the orthographic scale to 60, and then you just need to do a bit of the old working in here. That makes no sense. And yeah, anyway, you need to get to the output and you just need to change the resolution X to whatever you want the size of it to be. For me, I'm just going to do 2048 by 2048. For you, you could do 512 by 512, doesn't really matter, 100%. Make sure you have an output. Make sure the color is black and white. Do not use RGB or RGBA. Just use PNG, that's fine. Color depth, sorry. Make sure that's at 16. I'm going to quickly do this. There we go. Be alright. Right. So then all you need to do is just click render. And once that's done, you'll end up with something like that. If you don't have this window, you could just come to your normal window and just click at the top of here. You've got a load of tabs. Just click rendering. You just need to save the image as. So you just go to image, save as, volumes, wherever you want to save it. And wherever you want to save it again, just click save as image. And you're done. So if I now go to there, go there, and there, there's my height map. Thank you for watching, guys, and bye bye.